So you're planning to go to Epic Universe and see Donkey Kong? Lit. Alright, so here's my suggestions. Make sure you are logged into your Universal app on your phone. And if you are a diehard Super Nintendo fan, you'll want to get one of the bands and register it with your app so you can do the interactive fun side quests throughout Super Nintendo World. The band is about $40. And for my group of three, not everyone was interested in getting it, but I wanted it and I got Princess Peach. So they all got to enjoy some of the side quests with me, especially since I definitely needed their help with some of them. So I was glad they were still able to be involved. And it was worth it for me to get it. And it's something that you can save for the next time you go. As you go around Super Nintendo World, you'll notice there's a lot of question mark boxes. And not just the question mark boxes, but other things on structures that have like interactive symbols that you would put the bracelet against, essentially. That way you can collect points that you'll see in the app or keys. And you're gonna want to collect keys for the super secret activity. So it's not really much of a secret anymore, but it's an activity with Bowser Jr. and it was actually really fun. So highly do recommend collecting all the keys, and you'll be able to keep track of them and find out where to collect the keys all within the app. And then once you have them, you prove at the secret entrance, hey, I got all the keys, let me in, and they'll guide you through there on the whole experience. Side note, the go-kart ride is not friendly for big hair. All the rides in Nintendo World, with the exception of Donkey Kong's, are on the tamer side. Like nothing crazy big roller coaster, like all very kid friendly, family friendly, and they'll all tell you the height requirements and health limitations right before you go in. Currently what's shown in this part of the video is the merch shop right outside of the Mario Kart ride, which really tempted me hard. Honestly, the designers for the merch throughout the park, but like specifically for Nintendo World, they did an awesome job. Really had to like make me rethink the budget, and I had to go around and make sure I saw everything I wanted to see first before any purchases were made. There were some hard decisions to be made and some awesome clothes, bags, just awesome merch. The merch shops do have your back in case you forgot poncho, umbrella, sunglasses, but remember they are theme park prices and it is Florida. So do not forget when you come here to have your sun protection and your rain gear ready. As you go through Super Nintendo World, towards the back is Donkey Kong Country, and it was a lot of fun. And honestly, once again, the designers did such a wonderful job. I had such a great time in this area, and I wish there was more to see. Is my only complaint. But the Donkey Kong ride was probably my favorite because it was like it reminds you of the game. They did a really good job of putting the game into that ride. In the Donkey Kong area, there are more interactive spots for you to tap your bracelet on. And remember that you don't physically need to tap the bracelet. The sensor is very sensitive, according to the staff. You just put it in front of it. So like if you're gonna jump and hit a question mark box, you don't need to physically hit your wrist against the box. Apparently just being in front and under the box will detect your bracelet. Speaking of that Nintendo bracelet, an activity like the one shown here is definitely beneficial to utilize your group because it was hard, but thankfully the three of us were able to collect the key from that, but I definitely wouldn't have been able to do them without them. So out of all of Epic Universe, for that trip, I would say Toadstool Cafe was my favorite stop to eat at. For a second, I was convinced that the windows were actually reflecting the weather outside. Because funny enough, when we went to eat there, it was raining, but the waiter said no, that was not the case. But anyways, the food was very cute. I did order a kids meal because I saw it on someone else's plate and thought it was so nice. We ordered Peach's cake and a drink as well, and none of them disappointed. Just definitely take the menu suggestion seriously that peach cake should be eaten by 3 to 4 people, and make sure that those people have space in their stomachs because that cake was a lot to handle. Also, I forgot to mention that the Bowser Jr. activity is on that second floor near where you first enter Nintendo World, in case you are looking for it. Someone will be right on the outside. Also keep in mind of the physical interactions. When planning to go on Yoshi's Adventure, keep in mind of the weather. We started with a nice sunny day, and the clouds definitely put a damper on things, but we still enjoyed our ride with slight drizzle. And when it was raining, the only sucky part is they did close it down for a long time, which was the case for some of the other rides in the park in general. So keeping that in mind, if it's going to rain that day, planning out which ones you go to during which times is important. Unlike everywhere else in Epic Universe, at night the vibe is even better. Like, I love it so much. You have to go back to each park in general at night and enjoy it in a whole new way. I highly recommend doing that. This random gold coin cookie, by the way, is from my kids' meal, and it was Oreo flavored, and I loved it very much. When leaving Nintendo World, did not disappoint once again. Take your time through this park and enjoy every detail. Sometimes you really have to look up because you really might miss some awesome designs going on in there. Especially if you are a Smash Bros fan,